Okay, so no Facebook. Okay, let's try it on Instagram. What's the problem? No problem at all.
I tried to send a request, but unfortunately didn't do anything. It seems like you couldn't even see it at all.
No, I couldn't see it. So I was like, three times I was trying to reconnect, but unfortunately nothing happened. So I was like, maybe there's a wrong button or something. So, well, it is how it is. Okay, so first of all, I just wanted to say that today we're going to talk with you. I hope. I don't know how long we will talk. Let's see. So, but definitely I'm interested in you telling us, everyone who will be watching this, because this is going to be saved in IGTV after that. So it's not 24 hours anymore as it was before. So, yeah, I'm interested in everything, how you managed to, in everything, tell me everything.
So
But
I'm born in.
yeah. I was born in. My mom's name is yes. So briefly, I'll tell that this gonna be so. Before I was talking with Vera Vadia, but we didn't know each other with Vera, but we know each other with you. So that's why maybe it will be a little bit different conversation. But let's try to keep it open. So if there will be people who will be interested in something, so they can ask us any questions they're interested in. Okay, let's go for it. So, first of all, I know that you were born in Russia. So could you just start from the very beginning? So where exactly, which city, and just let's go from there.
Okay, well, probably not many people know this fact, but I actually was born in Germany, not in Russia. So for
Ta-da!
years of my life, I would say up to 5 or 6 years, I actually lived in Germany, and I was born in the city called Wittstock.
Oh,
Oh, I cannot really speak German if you ask me, but I know basics. I can speak with nearly no accent if I read because
wow.
because probably my body has some memories, my brain, but I cannot speak. I cannot understand it properly. And well, I would say I'm just as any other babies, very active. I always was hyperactive, and my mom couldn't stop me running everywhere trying to find lots of adventures. So that's pretty much my childhood. And we moved to Russia when I was about 6. Yes, I think 6 years old. And yeah, this was actually the year when I went to school. So yes, it was when I was
You
6.
started everything in Russia. So which city was that?
Samara.
Samara. Okay.
Samara.
So
During my life, we moved to Moscow, then we moved to Tyumen, then we moved back to Samara, then back to Moscow. So I was traveling all the time, and I didn't spend more than like 2-3 years at one city ever. So probably that's why I got good at communication, because I had to get to know everyone. I have to get into the teams, the companies. So
so, but I know that as well that you were telling me that you also had experience living in Moscow. Is that true, or I just
yes, yeah, I
yeah?
went to school. My family actually lives in Moscow now. My mom and dad and my grandma.
Mhm.
And yeah, it was from 5th to 8th year of school, so it was 3 or 4 years in total. Uh,
Mhm.
when we lived in Moscow and I went to school there. And the interesting fact about that when I was walking to school every morning, it took me about 25-30 minutes. When my dad
Oh,
actually gave me a lift on the way to work, it took me an hour and a half. So that's ridiculous.
yeah. Wow. That's yeah. That's too much. But where exactly you start belly dancing? Was it in Moscow or in Samara?
Not in Moscow. I started loving belly dances. I love it now. When I already moved to London in 2012, I saw a video of a Russian famous belly dancer from St. Petersburg called Irena.
Mhm.
I just completely fell in love with her costume, with her moves and everything. Though this was not my first introduction to belly dance. I would really like to mention my very first belly dance teacher, who was Dinara Gimaeva.
Mhm.
I'm not sure which city she lives in now. Back then she was in Tyumen, and I went to belly dance lessons just once or twice a week as a fitness. So I didn't
Mhm.
belly dance is a whole new world, that it has lots of festivals, that it's such an incredible things you can do with belly dance. And to me, it was just a fitness, so I didn't take it seriously enough. And unfortunately, Dinara moved to her hometown very soon after I started. So it was about 4 or 5 months only. So I stopped belly dancing straight after. So unfortunately, that was gap, and it was in my 9th year of school, and there was a long gap till 2012 when I actually moved to London and started it again, just like that.
So you started kind of, you can say that you started in between. It was not full in Russia, so you just got a taste there, and then you just moved to London. Is that true?
Yes.
Kinda.
I went to belly dance, like fitness, with Dinara in 2006 or 2007, and then after like 4 months after she moved back to her hometown, because she finished studies and moved back, I stopped as well. So between like 2006 till 2012, I had nothing to do with belly dance at all. I just forgot it.
So, roughly, how can we, I mean, which year you can say that you started belly dancing, roughly? Because
The end
2000.
2012, yes.
12, yeah, okay, so yeah. But because it appears that you actually started taking it seriously in London, so did you, do you have any teachers here in UK, or it's
No,
mostly?
of course I did attend some workshops, but I would say I couldn't find what I was looking for back then in here in London. So all my teachers were mainly from Russia or Ukraine.
Mhm.
And, I would say, as my like long-term proper tutors, who I'm really grateful to, I can name Alex Delora and Irina Shevchenko. So those two who I like took classes regularly from, and I learned a lot from them. And I'm really
You took online classes. It's not, I don't remember them traveling here, so you took online classes. Is that true?
yes. It I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, back.
Now I have my headphones. I will hear you a little bit better.
I was learning via Skype for a couple of years from my belly dance interest.
Mhm.
When I started learning from my teachers, I already had all the basics, because I literally bought all the online courses, lessons, workshops I could only find, and I had about I don't know, about 300 or 400 workshops I personally
Whoa.
I had a lot of different lessons, and I was learning nonstop like crazy, because I couldn't spend another day of like without learning anything new.
So, I mean, so it means that you actually started experiencing coronavirus. Do you hear me, by the way? Yeah, coronavirus a little bit earlier than us, because right now you were not caught by surprise. You already you now know how to act, and you're not confused
Yes,
with all of this online.
it's all, yes, it was just the same.
Nothing changed for you. But actually, this is a question: why you didn't try any local teachers? Because 2012, especially in London, they have a lot of teachers there. Did you try someone, or you
Uh,
just didn't?
yes, of course. I did attend, well, I mainly attended lessons of teachers who still were traveling into the UK with workshops. I tried classes with Melanie Norman. I think it was only once or twice, though, I have actually attended. And
Mm-hmm.
to one private class with her. And who else? I can't even remember. Oh, yes, I did attend a workshop with Ozgen at the very beginning, though with all my love to Ozgen, his style is not what I was also looking for. He's amazing,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm more of I don't know, of a diva kind of a style. I like smashing everything, lots of sparkles, amazing costumes, like 100 tons of fabric on my skirt.
Yeah, I saw the lamp and all the creativity here on your hair just recently on your head. So it was actually fabulous. All the crown and lamps looks amazing.
I found that in Russia, because Russian dancing and Russian show is all about that. So
Yeah. to make the entertainment and to just give it to the audience. Okay, but yeah, go ahead.
I also love how Russian dancers are very persuasive about safety techniques, because when you look at belly dance, the keyword is still dance. So dance requires certain safety and health, and I really love how my Russian tutors were very well aware of the muscle work, of what to expect, what moves, which muscle, like which joint allows you to do this certain move. And every single time when I did something wrong and I could hurt myself, they always could tell me, stop, this is why you shouldn't be doing that. And they explained it from within, which I loved. I never met anything like this in here in the UK.
Yeah, so there are some courses that are exactly talking about how to teach properly about the muscles, though, to be honest with you, I agree, I haven't seen a lot of information like given out, let's say, on festivals. Or, by the way, this leads me to the question that I really wanted to ask. So how many professions do you have? So could you just name them, please? Bring the clarity, please.
Well, are we speaking about professions that I actively use now, or we're speaking in general?
Let's just hit me with the general thing. So, and then we'll just talk about what exactly you're using and doing right now. So then it can give us a little bit more.
Well, as you know, of course, many people may know, I have been studying music professionally from a very young age, from different professional, like top level professionals around the world, not just like Russia or UK. So I was on a professional stage for many years, as well as an actress, as a singer, as an opera singer, which gave me a lot of knowledge of music, of how to teach music, how to approach music, how to feel music. So that's why the main thing I really like teaching is musicality, is music lines, and my education completely allows me to do that. And then I also studied civil engineering at the university. I got, after my high school, I got the 3rd place around my country in physics.
Whoa. Yeah. Serious lady.
I loved physics. I did a civil engineering degree back then in civil architecture, civil building and stuff, and reconstruction as well. Then I moved to London and I studied at the conservatoire here, Birmingham Conservatoire. Then I moved to London and I finished a business management degree with marketing.
So wait, we're talking now 1, 2, 3 already, yes? Okay, I'm counting. Go ahead, continue, yes.
Yes, these are like proper degrees. I'm talking about the very fundamental degrees, but of course I have a lot of different certifications, like professional certifications, like a higher level of education. And I still study sometimes photography, I study makeup, because I just love it. I study design, the graphic design. And so this is like my hobby, which at some moment of my life also turned into my work. And
yeah, it helps a lot because you can create nice banners and advertisements, so it's good. Yeah, it's definitely handy for our belly dance work. Yeah. So continue, sorry.
I can't think of anything else. Yeah.
No, but why you didn't mention photographer, belly dance teacher? Where is that?
Belly dance teaching. Yeah,
I'm a performer, belly dance, and also, okay, Al can tell this, and also she's making dresses and costumes. That half of my dresses are from Evgeniya now already. So, okay, here I go. That's it. I said that. So now, can you please just talk about this a little bit more? So about the belly dance and about the dresses, especially in photography.
Yes, of course. Yes, I am active. That's true.
She is, believe me, she is.
Really good question from Yule, and I usually don't speak about it much because some people just wouldn't believe me, and only those who see my pages, who know me for some time, they kind of have the chance to open me from different perspectives. But yeah, belly dance and costume making. So when I started belly dancing, my first costumes were made by my mom, of course, who is a professional tailor, like a top. She is making suits and dresses for the elite, like for a really high class society in Russia. And I picked my skills from her, of course, but because I am too lazy, I ordered my first costume.
She's too lazy, guys. Did you hear that? She's lazy. Okay, yeah, please continue, lazy person. Yeah, yeah.
And first two costumes were made by my mom, and I still have them. I tried to put them on sale, but I just cannot do that. They're still with me.
Hmm.
Later, I started ordering costumes from different designers because I thought it's some kind of I don't know, incredible technology which I would never even should try making myself. And then I received a lot of very bad quality costumes, bad quality work for a lot of money. And we're not talking about like 200, 300 pounds. We're talking about like $1,000 and upwards.
And this is an interesting point because some people actually, when they start belly dancing, they don't know how much the dresses are, how much they cost. And some, even my students, they come to me sometimes and they say, okay, can we have a costume for 50 pounds? I mean, yes, you can from eBay, but that's the the highest you can go, because if you want to really go for a very expensive costume, especially from a designer, it depends from the name, but the prices are like 1,000. So that's the reality, yes.
Are pricey. And I decided that I just don't want to give it another try. I just really want to start making my own ones. And I was making costumes for myself first because I used to work in the restaurant a lot, and this job kind of found me itself as well. And I used to study in Birmingham back then, and I was working on the weddings, events, restaurants, so I did all this dancing very actively, and all my weekends were like fully booked back then. And of course, I wanted to invest into how I look in different props, especially as soon as I started getting to know how much amazing stuff you can actually use for belly dance. I went crazy, and I still going crazy. Yulia knows. Yulia knows.
Yes.
I have it. So yeah.
Just a quickie one. So when you enter Zhenya's special room, it's just a lot of props, a lot, and you just ask her, okay, that's new, but that's also new, and this was new, and you want to buy another one. Like, when you gonna perform? Use it first, you know. So,
ladies,
yeah,
this
she's gonna.
one so far. I think it works really well on.
You don't need any, you know, like filters. You already have one, like big one. Yeah, that's amazing. Exactly. So, but maybe you'll start doing these things as well by yourself, no?
Yes, I did. Though the thing is that it takes a lot of time. So this is a lot of time investment, and I believe that it's best sometimes to like spread the work, you know, to share work, and to order high quality stuff from other designers. So I can still order some costumes from designers I love. I can buy props, and it's not making myself as a professional any kind of a less, because I don't feel this jealousy, and I'm more than happy to advertise, to tag my colleagues when I received a beautiful piece of work from them, rather than try to make it myself, do mistakes, learn. It takes a lot of time, and it's better to give it to someone else.
That's true, yeah. When you separate your work a little bit more, then you can also focus on something that is more important at that moment. Yeah, that's so true.
So it's very like I am making myself a costume, and someone makes me an amazing prop. Works great.
This also reminds me about the other question. So you are doing the dresses not only for yourself now, you're obviously doing for many ballet dancers also in London and UK, and I know that you're sending these costumes also abroad. So maybe you can just share a little bit what is the fashion right now? And I mean, just share about a little bit about this, because I know, by the way, this is also an interesting question. I know that the fashion, let's say, in UK is a little bit different from fashion, let's compared to Russia. So could you just like open this topic a little bit more?
Yes, of course. Indeed, the style and what's in trend in different countries varies so much, and I would say London is very closely connected in style and requirements and costumes with Egypt at the moment. I guess it's because there is a really high level of Arabic culture in here. A lot of people from Egypt as well here, holders of the restaurants, places. And of course, Egypt is in trend in fashion here very much. When in Russia, it's a bit a different story because there is a big difference on belly dance on stage as a show, as a festival, as a gala concert, and belly dance in restaurants, which is mainly for entertainment kind of a purposes rather than to show off on stage. So that's why this belly dance in Russia is more staged. So it's happening on stage in front of kids, in front of like men, women, everyone is there, and that's why it's more connected to ballroom fashion, I would say. So a lot of skirt types from ballroom dancing, and obviously, if you can perform on stage in 1,000-meter fabric skirts, like 100 layers, then you can this in restaurant because it will be hot, uncomfortable. You can make it dirty. You can easily catch something and like I don't know, hit something or someone. So this is different purposes, and it's very important to understand this. So that's why when someone is approaching me and asking, oh, I would like to know how much it costs to make a costume, this and that. So my very common question, if I don't know this person at all, my very common question would be, first of all, is budget. Is where you're going to use it. So where you're going to perform. And then I can say what to expect. So if they send me a picture and say, I want exactly this kind of one, or I want the skirt from this picture, the split from this one, the decoration from that one, and all this kind of a mix. I say, okay, but you can expect that this would be catching, this would be falling off, this would be that, this would be that. So, and so then the person can't say, oh, you didn't tell me, you know, because I don't know how it will actually practically work. As soon as you put it on, you have an idea, but you don't know the practical side of it. So that's why it's very important for me personally to find out what they're going to be using it for and what for.
And what I mean, what is approximate budget, let's say, for people who are ordering the costume here in UK? So most common budget, I would say, for restaurant work.
From 2 to 350. So this particular range is the most popular within the UK.
And do they come often with the dress, I want this one, can you do this one? Or they just give you like, okay, you can create something and I don't actually mind. How it usually works?
Yes, so very common situation when the first outfit is done with a very kind of a careful checking of what I'm doing, like as much check as possible, because people don't know me yet, they kind of don't have this trust. But after they receive the first outfit from me, it's a very common practice when it's happening next time. Oh, I just want it in I don't know, yellow and with some hint of black or something, and just do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
But this is harder. This is harder because it's always good to know as many details as possible. So,
but are you still doing dresses and costumes for yourself, or how it goes right now, or just usually for people? I mean, who is ordering, or you're not working for yourself anymore? I don't know.
So I do, and if I had more time, I would make more costumes for myself, because sometimes it's just an idea of having a new costume that makes you so excited. And
yes.
Now it's a lockdown. I'm not performing anywhere. I'm not really doing much, so I don't need costumes. But something inside me, there is a nation who is voting. You need a new costume. You need a new costume.
Sparkle, 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 go sparkle. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this is another actually question. You said that you were dancing in a restaurant. So are you dancing in restaurants now? I mean, of course not now, coronavirus, etc. But let's say generally, are you dancing, performing, or no?
No, I do. I still do receive requests from Birmingham, though I there for 4 years, but I still have some places who calling me and demanding me to come. But I'm like, I'm in London now. You can't do it.
Mhm.
And I do receive inquiries from like London places a lot, especially after I danced on my friends, like kind of weddings, friends celebrations, because that's limited to that at the moment. Though it was my very own decision to stop working in restaurants, on like weddings, on different celebrations as a belly dancer, because to me personally. It is a very important thing to keep like aesthetical part of it right. And if I don't feel that something is right for me, and it's not because I don't think belly dance is right, I love it, it is right, it's because I put some more weight during this last few years, and
Mhm.
was a moment when I thought I'm not quite comfortable to stay close to people and do shimmy, you know what I mean. It's
Mhm.
really not aesthetical to me in person. So that's why I decided that until I at least lost all the weight that I think I need to lose to get back to that, I will kind of hold, I'll teach, I'll perform on haflas, on events, but it's not quite right for the restaurant. So this was definitely my decision. No one ever was rude to me about it. No one ever told me, oh my God, this belly
Yeah,
dance.
this is what I wanted to ask because yeah.
Never.
Mhm.
I had only people supporting me the other way. So they were like, why did you stop? You need to get back. Come on. It's not that bad.
Yeah, but do you think it would be different, let's say, if you would be in Russia? Is it, I mean, this in terms of supporting and weight problems. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
here, I don't think that we even, how to say, experience this feeling by bullying, let's say, yeah. But how about, like, how do you think, is it the same in Russia?
I would say Russian people are absolutely not tolerant to overweight. And there are lots of comments. If something is wrong, you can see someone, especially like if some of the belly dance stars, as we call them, gained some weight, just a few kilograms, you can see lots of comments straight away. Oh, it seems like she put on some weight. She needs to lose it immediately. And the people are very rude, especially women to women, because it seems like the position is, if I cannot relax about it, then no one can.
This is actually, yeah, that's so true because by the way, I didn't mention that, but Jenny is also Evgeniya is also how to say moderator? Are you like are you leading that so
Yes,
there is a big public in how you can a group, yeah,
very.
in Russian version of Facebook, ВКонтакте, where it's like enormous, it's huge. How many people are there in that group?
Yeah, we have a few different groups. First of all, I'm not a leader. I am a part of a group who is like working on that. And uh, we have three different groups, if I'm not mistaken. One of them has about 70 or 80,000 followers. Another one on Instagram has about 60,000. I have
Hmm.
a group which has 6,000 followers in Russian community. And
Hmm.
we have 20,000 group and also about like 5 or 6,000 group as well. So it's a few groups
It's
with a,
a lot of people there, yeah.
yeah.
So what I noticed that I really didn't like to. I was fighting not to join that group for so many years. I really because it's just the minute you enter there, it's just like Scorpios. Then you know because everyone is trying to, like, you know, gossip, say something to irritate people, and oh, she's fat, she's ugly, she's like this. And there is a function that you have in that group that you can write something, but you ask moderators to keep you anonymous.
Yeah.
And this just like booms. The tolerance roof is off. That's it. Everyone is just writing whatever they want and confronting anyone. And especially now in the quarantine time, you see that people are really how to say, boiling from inside, because it's just many complaints and aggressiveness, I would say, is there. How you are approaching this question? How are you reading? Have you read something about yourself there? Because it's like a lot of gossips there all the time. So I'm kind of thinking that you might also got it for
I
fun.
think were a few posts about me a while ago, but I don't care. That's kind of my thing. Okay, if they speak about me, well, I don't think about you even. So keep speaking. No, yeah, I don't really. I don't moderate this particular group in terms of like being like a character or something. So my part is mainly graphic design. So I'm doing graphic, kind of a of it all. And I should say that I probably don't have the right temper for being a leader of such group. And that's exactly the reason why I'm not one. I'm just a part. I'm helping with things going. But yeah, you need to have a certain level of I don't know how to say it, even of harshness in yourself.
Yeah, ignorance at some point.
Like, speak bad about someone. I personally can't deal with that. I would delete everything.
Yeah. It's just that at some point I was thinking that here in UK, I'm not sure that it's even possible to do something like this. You know, people are
absolutely not possible, because this would be breaking so many laws, literally.
Yes.
And
true, and yes, so that's absolutely true. So many laws, you cannot gossip like this. You cannot just throw some. But this is also interesting. I don't know. Again, because maybe of the quarantine, and I'm really interested in what you think about that. Just a couple of years ago, there was no, let's go from other side. So now the big fight is Mohamed Hawaz and Yana Tsikotskaya. Then before that, there was, if I remember, Anna Borisova with the black face, I think, yeah, if I remember correctly. And then just before that, there was another as well. Yuliana Voronina was with the Native American outfit. So I'm thinking, I don't want to go into cultural appropriation topics that much. I know that it's a very dangerous topic, but I'm just curious what you think. Why it's exactly, let's say, that part of the world has these issues, maybe not issues, I don't know, maybe I'm just using the wrong word, and why they always kind of, I see, let's say, okay, let's see, we see Russian side, and I see that, yes, everyone is just supporting, you know, let's say, Yana Tsikotskaya and everyone, but you post the same video and you post it in, let's say, in Western Facebook, and you see completely different reaction. What do you think about that? Let me know. Tell me, I'm interested.
Yes, that's very true. The thing is, probably different mentality, first of all, and different laws, different rules we were raised in. So, of course, London is very multinational. But if you look at, like, I don't know, 30 years ago, this wasn't like this at all. And same about Russia. We are kind of a bit behind on all these copyright laws, on all these like laws about discriminations, about racism. So this is still establishing, on my opinion, because I had a chance to live there, to grown up in there, and I had a chance to live here for like 10 years almost. So I compare it really clearly on many aspects. So this is a huge difference in law, in what's allowed, what's not allowed, how we were raised as well. For example, we do not have as huge topic of discrimination at the moment. Like when you're from different country, you have a different color skin. So we're just not, we're not thinking about it in the same way as people in the UK right now, because of different education involved on this particular matters, different raised from the parents even, because our parents had no idea maybe even that there are black people, there are, I don't know, Chinese people.
they knew that in some, hypothetically they are there, but there was no such a possibility to have someone like that in the class. So that's why, yeah, that's why we didn't experienced that. That's so true. Yeah, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, continue.
To understand this, that some places may still be a bit kind of under this particular level. They don't have the same laws, they don't have the same rules, rights about it. So this is very wrong from European side, for my opinion, to be harsh on that, because it clearly shows me that they have no idea about our culture. So why do you expect to know us to know yours in this case, if you can the situation from both perspectives? Because if they would know that, like, how things are in Russia about it, they wouldn't see anything offensive in that from the first place. But because of this difference, huge difference in the laws and in the cultures, in the education on that matters, people are judging in a very different way in here and in Russia, because obviously our experience is what we've learned by the present moment. So what we can apply, what kind of knowledge, what kind of personal situations, circumstances, and it's very different in different countries. So that is all.
Yeah, that's for me personally, I can just add that on top of that it was for me, it's actually was shocking even to read about the okay, the topic, like I said, I will not go into that. That's very serious. It's definitely requires more reading first. But I was actually surprised by the reaction of people who were saying and actually trying to prove their point by becoming even more aggressive, you know. So let's say in this later conflict with Yana, she might not do something right. Her opinion might be wrong, but I mean, why you type the same towards her, like, oh, she's like this, she's like that, she's like that. So I was actually, I think, a little bit even more. Oh, wait, I'm so sorry. We're speaking about this situation, but we didn't explain what exactly happened. So, so sorry about that.
Oh, it really seems like this.
Yeah, it's just because it's everywhere. That's why I'm thinking, oh, everyone knows about that. Just very, very briefly. So, Yana Tsikhatskaya, she is a very famous Iraqi dancer. One of her, how to say, best selling points is Iraqi dance, and she was one of the first Russian teachers who started to actually introduce this style to Russian dances. And I could say, I think that she also introduced teachers to white public in Russia. So at some point, everyone was kind of thinking about her like nobody liked her style. Then everyone started loving her style, especially after Asala Ibrahim was there on the scene with her. And then recently, they had a fight, kind of a video fight, because she posted a video about how to say, bad talking, mouth washing, how you say this correctly. So, I don't know even how to say that. So she was attacking another very famous dancer who is from Iraq by himself, so he's a professional, and she did it in a very aggressive way. Let's just put it that way. If you want to see the video, please go on YouTube or in Facebook, just type Yana Tsikhatskaya or Mohamed Mohamed. Oh, I forgot again his surname, Mohammed. So you will see that there will be a lot of videos and explanations about this. So and the thing is that it raised a lot of aggressiveness, I could say, yeah, in media, and some dancers started being like they started support Yana, some started supporting Mohammed, but the thing is how it was done. It was very harsh, very rash. But like I said, it's not the first time. So that's why I'm really surprised why it happens exactly, let's say, from Eastern Europe. So this is a very wide word. I don't want to say that, because in Eastern Europe, when you say Eastern Europe, everyone thinks about so many countries. It's actually very hard to say something. So yeah, so this is a problem for I think for Bellydance right now in worldwide. Yeah. So I don't know if you agree. Tell me if you agree. Or you disagree?
I have a feeling that this particular topic of like Arabic Egyptian teachers being really rude to Russian dance teachers for a while. So I think this would raise even more in the nearest future, because to me personally, as a part of this hugest Slavic community of belly dance, I can see a lot of a lot of posts from workshop attenders, from the teachers themselves, when teachers from Egypt being very kind of harsh and rude and negative.
Oh yeah.
Students, they give names, so they're not kind of speaking in general. They're giving names. They're being very particular.
True.
So
Yes, I've experienced that as well.
don't go to like this. And I personally met this kind of behavior as well. So I would say it's a lie, but I personally was in a situation like this twice during my like workshop life. So this really puts me off, and I don't understand, because when they speak bad about Russian dancers, the same time having, I don't know, 90% of Russians at their workshop, this kind of a feeling like they're biting the hand that feeds them, literally. So that's why I don't really understand why they're doing that, because that's not kind of giving them any extra points, but it makes Russian teachers really mad, which is the result on the Jana's page we can see, you know. So this is
that's
a hot topic nowadays, I would say.
That's a very hot topic, and another hot topic is just, maybe it's not like that widely discussed, but this is what my experience was as well, that in one festival you go to one teacher and the teacher says, okay, I'm the best, this is what I'm teaching you, this is the only way how you should do it. In the same festival, I'm not even talking like in 1, 2, 3 years, in the same festival you go to another teacher who also has a name, who is also very known, and he or she's saying, no, this is how you have to do, this is how you have to perform and do this and that. And I was very confused by this information, you know, so that's why it always kind of puts me off, you know, like, so what should I learn? Whom should I trust? I don't want to just divide my love to belly dance between different parties, let's say. So yeah, that's how it goes. So unfortunately,
I had this kind of, and my students asked me, oh, do you think like we should go to workshops, we should learn from others, or maybe we should learn just from you? And I'm always like, you need to go to other teachers, you have to go to festivals, you need to pick as much information as possible, because I believe that there is no such thing as just a single approach to what we're doing. No matter what we're doing, there are always different ways that lead us to the certain results, if you just read it. So of course you need to know more to be able to apply more, to do more, to even gain more knowledge. So that's why, yes, you have to learn, though the teachers should also understand that there are other opinions on the same thing as well. And if the most incredible minds are arguing on the particular topic of how it started in the past, where it came from, you will also see lots of different ideas about that. So if the greatest minds do not know, then how we can say that, yes,
how we can
correct? So
yeah, that's true. That's true. I absolutely agree with you. That's not an easy question. So I also wanted, you know what I wanted to also very quickly ask you, because I really wanted to, you moved to, I know that some people actually do not see difference between Russians and like Russians from Eastern Europe, but just very briefly, let's say I'm from Eastern Europe, so I'm from Latvia, I can travel to UK without any problem. I'm Russian, but Jenny is also, Jenny already knows where this is going. So, but Evgeniya, she's from, like, really from Russia, like physically from Russia. So she has a different passport.
She's fake Russian, that's it.
Again, could you repeat that? Sorry.
Yulia is a fake Russian. I'm real Russian.
Yeah, I'm a fake Russian. That's so true. Yes, I'm a fake Russian, and Zhenya, she is a true one. So the thing is that she needs to actually apply for a visa to be in UK. And now let us know how hard it is to get this. Just try to keep it. Please don't use very bad words.
Then we cannot talk about it.
Okay. Yeah, just I know how many yeah, go on, sorry, go on.
close it with a beep later on. Every single word, beep, beep.
So how much exactly you already gave to this government? So in the end, just for the visa.
Okay, dear Queen, if you're watching us now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, visa processes are incredibly expensive in the UK, and there are no any circumstances that make it cheaper or make it easier to get the citizenship, to get visas, etc. So yeah, the visa to be a student here cost about £2,000 right now, I believe. The spouse visa, which I'm on at the present moment, who doesn't know, spouse visa means I am married to a British citizen. So this one costs nearly £3,500, and you need to apply to it twice. So it's given for 2.5 years. So unfortunately, my 2.5 years end this October. So, dear government,
Bye bye.
3,500 rupees very soon after the lockdown, hopefully. So it is very expensive. Of course, instead of investing different more useful things, yeah, that you're paying just that for a card, basically. That's it.
But so it doesn't matter actually if you're married to a citizen or you're having your own like house, so nothing doesn't matter.
More than that, for example, if I wasn't married but had a property here in London, but lived in Russia at the same time, having a property is not even a reason to apply for a visitor visa, to see the property, to check on it. So unfortunately, this is even that bad.
This is actually also, I think, some kind of mirrors the situation in Bellydance, because in UK, and I hope you'll agree with me that, yeah, more tea with the Queen, that's so true.
3,500.
Yeah, she can have a lot of biscuits and a lot of cookies with that. So, when I came to UK, this is what I noticed. No festivals. I came in 2014, so actually it's already, how many, 6 years. So, but there were no festivals when I just arrived. And it was so extremely hard for me to find some kind of community. It's not that actually bound together as, let's say, I could compare it to Latvia, I could compare it to Russia. So where you just, if you're not advertising your festival on Facebook or Instagram, whatever, it just cannot happen, you know, so people will just not know about that. Here, I just started recently learning about people who are organizing festivals, or maybe not, okay, not festivals, but something like haflas around UK. And when I spoke with some of ladies here, they said that one of the biggest problems here is exactly the visa, because you invite someone, and usually they are teachers from Egypt or the countries that need visa, and they just declined.
Yeah,
so
I had the situation when I tried to organize Darina Konstantinova's workshops here, and unfortunately they didn't issue her visa. So
okay,
yeah.
They didn't even give her a visa. Was there any explanation why, or they just said?
Very unclear, so it was very basic, very general, and we couldn't really pick the real thing from behind what the letter that Darina has received back then from the visa officers.
So we can say to our Queen, if she's watching us, and she most probably she will be watching us, you see, because of the visa, we cannot invite very interesting teachers, so even the creativity is suffering. So yeah, because of your biscuits and coffees and milks, unfortunately. Yeah, and I heard, go on.
Problem what is suffering is not even the visas. I would say personally, as an organizer myself, I would say it's mainly because of the prices. It's like a huge amount of money to even rent space, a very basic, simple theater studio, which wouldn't even have like proper lighting, a sound system. If you need a sound engineer, it's never included, so it goes like 500 pounds on top or something. It's incredibly expensive, absolutely ridiculous pricing. And you need a huge budget to be able to organize something like even small. I'm not even talking about the festival here.
So maybe this is the reason why competitions are not so alive here. What do you think? Because this is another, how to say, idea that struck me when I moved here, that no competitions, no big festivals, as if there's no one who is interested in Bellydance. So I really had to dig to like search for people to find them, to find a little bit more about that. By the way, this is an interesting question. What do you think? Are people, let's say from Eastern Europe or let's say Russia, why we have such a big interest in competitions in Bellydance, and why here people don't like competing?
I personally believe it's very much connected to mentality again. So in here, people are less used to be compared nowadays. It's a very huge culture of individuality, of being different, of being not as someone else. And competition means automatically you are being compared, which is not kind of a normal thing for a current European, like London person at the present moment, I think.
Hey,
I am
hey.
ready to use my other page. So everyone, that's my costume page. I'm streaming from now. So just use this transfer and advertisement. Check my page.
Check her page. No, she's doing a lot of costumes for me as well, and I'm so happy with the quality. So that's definitely, I suggest, I advise, I really recommend her to you to go and check. Yay, Janie, thank you so much for being with us as well and keeping this a little bit like alive.
Time now, it's going to be really hard to get a costume from me now. You need to book in advance. Long time in advance now.
She's so popular. Okay, so let's go back because I really want to discuss that topic. So we were talking about the competition, right? So why we don't have here in UK a lot of competitions, but we have these competitions a lot in, let's say, well, they have a lot of competitions as well in Argentina, Brazil, as far as I know. So it's not, I cannot say that it's only in Eastern Europe or in Russia. So yeah, but this is another thing that I noticed, that let's say in my country there was not a lot of restaurants, Arabic restaurants, but here when I moved, I noticed that a lot of Arabic restaurants. So belly dancers actually they live in another how to say, atmosphere, in another community. So it's more about the restaurant work. How, I mean, because you were also dancing in Russia, so how did you experience that actual transfer from big stage and like competition feeling to the restaurant work? Was it hard for you?
No, that actually wasn't hard for me because in general I was raised on stage. I was raised in a professional performing environment, professional, like creative world by professionals. So that's why it wasn't hard transition, because I'm very adaptable in terms of arts in what I'm doing. So, for example, if someone, I don't know, cuts my dress before my performance, I will find the best curtains and will kind of try to have the best looking dress out. Still go, I still sing, I still perform. So try me. That's what I can say.
Please don't do that. She's a joke. She's joking. Don't do that.
No, I literally had situations when someone cut my dresses before I need to go and perform, or someone like took my music, put some tablets in my bottle of water if I left it on its own. So when it comes to the big arts world on a stage, there is a lot of things happening like behind the curtain. That's kind of like absolutely unrealistic, though. Yeah. So this particular things made me really adaptable. So I didn't feel this transition at all, personally.
But I'm sure you will agree that this is a completely different feeling when you're going and performing on stage. And here in the restaurants where usually you don't have a stage, there are some restaurants that they have special like spots, places for performer, but usually they don't, especially for belly dancers, and you have to walk between the chairs. So did you? Why I'm asking this? Because for me it was a shock. So I cannot still say that I am fully adapted in this matter. I can't. So that's why I'm kind of curious what other people went through and how did they manage to adjust.
Sure. Well, I can't say it was a shock to me, though. Of course, this exactly what made me to decide that I don't want to continue with the restaurant's performance. That weight I was at back then. So I decided that because of the narrow spaces, people see you just like this. I don't. Okay. Are you back, Julia?
Yes, I am. I'm just sitting like this. I'm listening. I'm fully focused.
Yes, because of course, when one story is when people see you distantly, on a distance, on a very good angle, like on a stage. Absolutely different story when you have to approach someone closely, not just because you want to, but because the space is so narrow. I think it's very important on have appropriate costuming, appropriate moves, appropriate body. So I have nothing.
But about the body, don't you think that it might be only your idea? Because like, that's why we were discussing in the beginning that here people actually don't, if we might say something like this, they're less judging you, they're judging performer a little bit less than, let's say, from the countries where we have experience from. Hey, Katya! so yeah, so it's a little bit different and less aggressive, should we say. So why then you were putting the rules on yourself in the places that you don't have to do that actually?
This is, of course, to do with my own level of aesthetics, of beautiful, incredible things, how I see the world. And to me personally, this is not the best feeling when, I don't know, someone is super uncovered and has some really like kind of a serious issues with their look, they're super overweight and stuff. So this is to do with with my own personal level of acceptance of myself, and I'm very harsh with myself. I'm my own best critic, I would
Shall I say that you are still, though you're living here, you still have at some point you still have like not a full mentality, but some spots from Russia then left. You're still judging yourself too much, no?
No, but no, let's be honest, the overweight doesn't do any good to anyone's health or look. This is the truth. I don't know, maybe it's ugly truth, but it's the truth. So I don't know, I am just not going to play games with myself to kind of try to convince me that this is normal to do shimmy with my stomach kind of wobbling there and back, side to side, next to someone's plate. Get sweaty, because of course when you are overweight, you get more sweaty. And this is just simply not nice. This is hygienic things, and that's not what people in the restaurants are looking for, obviously.
Don't you think if you will be, okay, let's say that if you will be kind of showing that you're a person, you're a beautiful dancer, and we know that how beautiful dancer you can be doesn't depend on your body and your weight. So let's say you can be a little bit more than average dancer, but you can still be a very good ballet dancer. Don't you think that it can be also, if you will go and put the silicone fake beauties here and fake hair here, and maybe that's even more unhygienic for our belly dance world rather than somebody being a little bit more chubby and dancing in the restaurant, because then at least this means that yes, we actually, all teachers in belly dance are saying that belly dance is for everyone can dance. But in the same moment, we're going and let's say we're pushing, no, we're putting ourselves in the cages, like saying, no, I will not go, I will not do that, like you just did, because this, and that. my hair is not long enough, my boobs are not big enough, my, I don't know, legs are not short enough. Yeah. So that's an interesting question, don't you think? Maybe you should go and just show people that I can still be a beautiful dancer. It's just my opinion. I'm not pushing.
Yes, no one says I can. No one says I can. That's why I still teach. I still record some videos. I do perform on Haflas. I do perform at the kind of more staged events where I have a distance with the audience. Though I think it's a really important thing to understand clearly that one thing is entertainment on like Haflas when it's belly dancers for belly dancers, I would say. Absolutely different story is business entertainment of belly dance when ladies work in the restaurants in like in a big popular like sports in even Egypt. It doesn't really matter which country. So these are two different stories, two different things. And one thing that I can still dance, I can still teach, I can still feel confident, feel fine because I do, and I don't think like I'm ugly or something. I do record some videos, I do pictures. I recently uploaded a new photo shoot finally. So,
yeah, it was gorgeous actually. You look amazing there. Yeah.
But though I wouldn't try to convince some restaurant owner that I will be just as great for belly dancing as like absolutely gorgeous, skinny, beautiful girl, you know what I mean? Because people are coming not to watch me belly dancing as a professional, as an artist. They're coming to relax. They're coming to get rest. They're coming to see beautiful thing, absolutely spotless, because this is an aesthetical rest as well. And this is very important in this kind of entertainment business. So that's why I'm not even like trying, because I think I'm being quite realistic on that matter. And of course, between choosing me and choosing like someone incredibly skinny, they will choose someone skinny because the spaces are narrower, the distances are smaller.
Okay, ladies, please note, I do not agree here. So, and if somebody is watching who is in full body, please, it doesn't mean that, don't stop dancing. First of all, stop it if only if you want it. So, but don't stop it because you think that somebody might think that you are not like good enough. Believe me, they will find ways how to tell you not to come, not to dance. But until they're telling so, continue dancing, continue working. And we, belly dance teachers all over the world, this is what we're telling to everyone. This is what we're actually trying to sell to people before we kind of bringing customers to ourselves. Belly dance is for everyone. Please keep that in mind because belly dance is unique exactly because of that. We're saying that belly dance is for everyone. So keep to that, keep dancing. That's important. I finished.
Of course, keep dancing, keep enjoying. And we have a lot of amazing, as we call it, senioras in Russia on competitions. It's ladies who are over 50. They have absolutely different complexion. And
over 50 kilograms?
Yeah, over. So they are gorgeous. And I personally love them very much. I'm myself not a small girl at all. If you look at my page, yeah, maybe now I have my camera on a very good angle, but I'm not a small girl myself. But to me personally, I enjoy watching senioras, the ladies over 50 years old who are dancing, because they're just so into it, and they have some story behind already because they have more life experience. They have some emotions that can be revealed through the dance, and it's amazing. It's my favorite. Not juniors, not young, skinny, amazingly active, skilled dancers, but senioras.
Totally agree. Totally agree. Okay, actually, I think I asked. No, obviously, there's so many other questions, but I just don't want to like continue for 5 hours. Otherwise, we can. I know we can. We can talk a lot. That's so true. I'm also continuously threatening Evgeniya that I'll come for her at her house for one night and just stay so we can eat and chat a lot. So, but yeah, yeah. So one more question I wanted to ask. What's your plans for the future? Are you going to stay in belly dance? Are you still kind of interested in belly dance world? Or you, because you're so talented, you definitely can go in so many different directions. So are you still enjoying what Bellydance scene is bringing us, or kind of that's it?
Yes, of course, I am enjoying. I want more costumes. Yeah, I really like, to be honest, I really miss performing. I really miss restaurant work even. So my plans, my personal plans are I would like to lose some weight to get my own kind of a idea of perfection out of me. And to get back to performing, get back to weddings and everything, because I spent a few years of it, and I really miss that night when I was fully booked, and even I had to combine it with my work plus university and then like nightlife. Woohoo! So that was a lot. That was a lot of fun actually, and I do miss it. So yeah,
Maybe
I'm planning something like
maybe
that.
competitions as well? No?
No, I had so many, not in belly dance, though all my life was an entire competition in singing, because I used to go to so many places, so many countries, competitions, everything, and really tired. And as I don't have anything to prove when I'm dancing, when I'm in belly dancing, or when I'm teaching, I don't have anything to prove for, first of all, for myself, because I do what I love. And if people love what I'm doing, they're going to invite me to perform. They're going to come and get lessons with me. They're going to invite me for workshops, teaching, etc. If they don't like me, that's fine. But I don't compete with
But
people
do
to
you
kind
think that that's actually interesting point too? Do you think that competitions are only for that? But this, I will not agree with you here. The competitions are not only for this. It's not about like just showing for. Okay, let me just from another way very quickly, and you can tell me do you agree or not. For me, generally, competitions is a great kick in a beautiful part of your body, yeah, in the lower part of your beautiful body. So to do something, to kind of invest time in yourself, because as a teacher, you usually focus on your students more rather than on yourself, and we usually don't have time for ourselves. And competition and participating in it actually pushes you to go up, 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 like work a little bit more, and then I think maybe that's actually really kind of pushes the whole level of belly dancing, let's say in one country, higher, a little bit more than in restaurant. Because when you're going in a restaurant, let's be honest, we can dance in like whatever we want, and especially if they ask, oh, please dance to Tarkan, or please dance to Amr Diab. So this is a little different than dancing to Kalsum, let's say. Would you agree with me or not?
Well, I have met a lot of people who had such different idea and perspectives about competitions in general. So this, I would say, this is very personal as well. So to me, this is that. There is no need to be compared, because the word competition already means being compared. That's number one. Someone is going to be number 100. So the top and the bottom. And let's be honest, it doesn't make anyone to feel good in general. Even if you say, oh no, I knew from the beginning, I had a great experience and blah, blah, blah. There is still something behind it. And we're still kind of a feeling down, especially when things go a bit wrong, about worried and etc. So while I was in competing world, not belly dancing, but singing, opera singing, pop music singing, competitions, unfortunately, this idea of my teachers to kick me, to make more out of me, to kind of bring me to the new level up, nearly cost me my voice at some point. I am not very persuasive about taking a part in competitions. Unless I really want to do that, and usually that's never the case, because I can just still kick myself just fine on my own in my studio. I am dancing a lot. I did some Zoom lessons as well while I was on quarantine for a few weeks. I should actually get back to that as well. You reminded me, thank you.
Welcome anytime.
And I don't know, I'm just this kind of a person who doesn't need a kick. If I want something, I don't need any special conditions to make me do something, because I'll do anything to make this happen. So that's why I love dancing and I love my daily practice. I enjoy coming to my dance studio, practice there nearly every day, learning at different courses, workshops and stuff. It's amazing. So I need a competition kick when I have a teacher with me on Skype online who's saying, more hips, more hips.
But then where you go with this information, especially if you're not teaching regularly? Okay, more hips. Let's say I'm doing right now a lot of classes online when I'm a student. So I learn the choreography, and the first thing that I want to do, I want to show it. Okay, thanks God we have Instagram, thank you. But let's say we don't. So where should I cannot perform like maybe 70% of the choreography that I'm learning right now in the restaurants. They will be just not interested in that. Let's say, yeah, okay, drum solo, maybe it will go. But the drum solo that I'm learning right now, it has a lot of legs and kicks. If I'll go in the restaurant, I'll just kick a customer while he's eating his, shashlik and baklava. So kind of. So where can I show this? And especially we already spoke with you that there are not so many half lesson activities happening around. So if I want to go somewhere in a good stage, there is actually limited possibilities to do that. So what do you think? Do you agree?
Well, I wouldn't really go to a competition just for a good stage. I don't really want to pay $1,000 package.
Oh yes, no.
I'd rather hire a videographer, so that's another side of it.
Yeah, that's true.
Half was absolutely fine for me, and I don't really a very interesting fact about me. I'm not sure if anyone is aware of that at all. I feel it now.
Yeah.
I only learn choreographies, do some combinations when I'm in my dance studio. As soon as I come on stage, it becomes an improvisation. I never prepare a choreo for any performance in my life. I try to, but it just always goes different. Sometimes I'm even ready to switch the music the last moment, like 5 minutes before I go. You prepared, or could you actually play something else instead, because when it comes to art, because I am able to allow myself to do it when it comes to belly dance at the moment. I'm able to do this last moment changes, and I'm very kind of a not moody person, how to say that, it's very important what's inside of me to combine what I'm going to perform, what music I'm going to use. So that's why if I come to the party and I have tabla solo prepared or something, and all of a sudden I feel like I don't feel energetic enough for tabla solo today, I'm definitely feeling more tarab or classics, change at the last moment, then we'll just do entirely crazy, horrible things.
Okay, makes sense, yeah.
People need to show off the choreo, to do something, and to me in this kind of a case, my camera, Facebook, Instagram is more than enough. And then halfless everything. I miss halfless, so lockdown, please go away sooner, because I miss halfless a lot.
yeah, that's true,
Feel a need for competitions, for traveling and performing on these big stages, because to me, belly dance is more for my soul, for my kind of inner sexy, cheeky woman. And that's what I love about it, that it gives me a complete freedom to just do things, and that's why I don't feel in need. Though I know some people who live for competition, they love it so much, they cannot sleep, cannot spend.
No, but let's agree that let's say Ukraine. Let's speak about Ukraine. They have so many amazing, not just good, but amazing ballet dancers, and all of them are almost worldwide, like Diva Darina, Marta Korzun, or Yuliana Voronina. I can continue. I will not even remember all of them right now. They're famous worldwide. But this is exactly how they created their career. They started competing, they're starting showing everything they have, first on the local level, and then going higher. So, but how can you show this? How amazing, let's say, you are with your costumes, dresses, and the makeup. By the way, we didn't mention that you also do your makeup by yourself, and you have professional certificate. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this is one of the ways how to create and make a belly dance not as a hobby, but as a profession that brings you money. And the competition is one of the YouTube. You mean okay? It's a YouTube, Instagram. Yes, that's
Yeah, that's actually really true. Yeah, if someone wants to progress to make a worldwide career, yes, unfortunately they have to compete, and this is a very important thing on the way nowadays. So yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
because this is also another thing that when I was coming to UK, I was really searching for belly dancers in UK. And then it actually caught my mind that when you go and travel and participate in competitions or on an open stage, you very rarely hear that somebody's from UK, like almost never. So, and when I started searching, it was not easy for me to find someone who is like really creating something, you know, like and doing it as a one profession, not having another profession, but this is a main one. So, yeah, so I was like kind of investigating this thing.
I think
So,
this is actually how we met. I think you
yeah,
messaged me. That's how we met.
no, I think we met on Sarah Malik Hafla, no? Arabic Night, I think it was.
Later.
But it might be. I might message, yeah, because I was searching for people. I was kind of trying to understand what's happening, and it was hard. It was not like you just entering a like, hey guys, what's up? I'm also here now. No, it was like, hello, hello, I don't know, somebody's here. But then,
Hello.
yeah, hello. But then suddenly I started slowly, and we Valencia.
Me and Katya met in Valencia the first time. Yes, Katya.
And also workshops, I suppose. Yeah, it was also workshops. Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. So I see that a lot of very good dancers here, they in UK, they dance a lot, but this is still a hobby. And they say when I talk with some of them, I ask just why you're not kind of pushing it forward. I'm okay. I have another job. I this is like more like a second job for me, but not the main one. So yes. Yes, no, I mean, you can like it, you cannot like it, doesn't matter, but this is the situation. So, yeah, but I really think in UK with so many nice and good and talented dancers, we kind of miss this open stage. We need it a little bit like giving more opportunities to show. And yeah, my idea. Sorry. Sorry, it's not my idea.
We do need more opportunities, though unfortunately for more opportunities, we need a bit smaller prices for hiring because
yes.
that's a very common thing when you can get a partnership with some like House of Cultures and stuff. This is like our very very specific Russian thing which we don't go. It's like a community houses.
Yeah. Cultural place. Yeah.
Yes, this is like a Russian version of town hall. So it's very easy to get a partnership with them, and they don't cost as much as in here. So it's absolutely realistic to rent it for a whole weekend and to like run a competition. When here it's just so expensive.
Oh, enormously expensive. I'm not even surprised that people actually saying, yes, I can, but I will not because I don't want to risk. And it's just belly dance is not on that level that can actually bring that many people and pay that kind of money. That's so true.
Start my event again, but of course I need to wait until the lockdown is over and everything because I'm really in the mood of starting it again, though I know that I really want to have it not in a restaurant but on a proper stage like I did at the first edition, and of course that would be my goal again, and I don't agree for anything different. But though I am ready to like invest more rather than I get from tickets from anything, just because I love it, though I know that my own soul will be so happy with this stage, with the environment, with everything. So that's okay, but it is really expensive.
Yeah, extremely, like everything. Okay, I hope I think we discussed everything, but at least the main points. But because I check here, but yeah, I think I asked you everything. But that anyway, that's enough. And thank you so much for your time. And thank you for people who actually joined us. I'm sure that people will be watching this. So thank you, and I hope it was interesting for you. And Jenny, thank you for your time. Okay.
Yes, thank you so much for inviting me, Julia. It was really nice. Yes, a lovely way of spending a Saturday. Actually, another interesting fact, I put makeup on my face more often during the lockdown than I did before down. I never expected anything like this to happen in my life. So that's why thank you for the opportunity to practice my makeup skills again.
Oh, thank you so much. Me too. I'm putting makeup now every time I have a class or go online. Before I was like, no, not have time. Thank you so much, Janie, for your words as well and for your support. Yay. Okay, thank you so much and see you. Yeah. Bye bye.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye everyone.